Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed Center Stage with Global Thought Leaders, a Right Source Global initiative. I am Ajuna Sharawat, Chief Anchor and Editor at Global Thought Leaders, and I will be your host today during this Center Stage interview. Global Thought Leaders is a platform where industry titans can share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices with one another and future leaders. We hope to bring together this global community of distinguished individuals by conducting these center stage interviews. Great leadership lessons benefit everyone when we can identify, nurture, and apply tricks of the trade that have proven to be successful formulae for many. In a nutshell, we seek to distill these industry leaders' multi-decadal learnings and establish a knowledge-sharing community. Anju Beniwal, a seasoned industry professional, has joined us on the center stage today. She is a dynamic and committed strategic leader with over 2 decades of experience in growing businesses and delivering solutions by collaborating with executive management and diverse teams at all levels. She has delivered cutting-edge solutions for engineering, service delivery, and fulfillment operations that improved real-time information accessibility, decision support, and self-service capability. She has been with Amdocs since 2001 and is currently the director of the Customer Service Unit. She has an inspirational story, having progressed from developer to manager to director in her professional career here. Anju leads multifunctional technology teams and serves as a key contributor and mentor in a matrix reporting structure with 40 global project managers and approximately 800 employees. In addition to this, she has been a strong advocate for promoting diversity and inclusion within the organization, serving as a regional representative for the last 6 years. Welcome, Anju, to Center Stage.
Thanks a lot, Ajuna, and thanks for this amazing introduction. Very happy to be here.
Very happy and excited to have you on Center Stage. Anju, we know you are passionate about promoting diversity and inclusion, particularly in terms of gender. Could you tell us a little bit about how important this work is to you and how you have advocated for change both within Amdocs and beyond?
See, diverse workforce today is not just a slogan, and I'll say the cliche thing, it is a business need. Personally, for me, it is a passion area. So first step I did for advocating it in my organization was by raising my hand to be the diversity and inclusion champion. And I have been working since then. 6 years back when we started with the very basic thing of showing data to everybody, creating reports so that everybody is aware what are the diversity ratios at various levels. Then we also looked for allies, and very importantly looked for men who were allies, because you can't work on this cause without men, without everybody supporting this cause, right? We curated capability building programs, and we've worked a lot on mentoring culture. Now, diversity alone cannot work. You need to have an inclusive environment. And for inclusive environment, we conducted workshops like, creating awareness of unconscious biases that we all carry, and even creating KPIs around diversity and inclusion. Now, on personal front, I have been mentoring 4 to 6 women every year. And I think I have learned most in this process more than anybody else. I also run a special onboarding session for women every week where they join my organization. So this is what I'm doing on personal front.
That's amazing. Anju, as someone who is well-versed in today's technology and engineering disruptors such as DevOps, Agile, cloud migration, how do you see Industrial Revolution 4.0 impacting the industry? And do you believe you are prepared to face the new changes that are on the horizon?
IR 4.0 is all about how technology evolution is impacting on the way industries are working today, how industries are evolving in their work today. Say from artificial intelligence through augmented reality and of course metaverse, the latest thing. All of these are bringing in and will continue to bring in changes in the way industry is working. See, for example, today we see workers controlling machines from different city and maybe even from a different country. Geographies have faded away completely, and COVID made it even faster for the world to get into this situation. And all of this multiplies when you add advances in connectivity, reduced latency with 5G. Let us not talk of 6G yet, that is still in labs. So going ahead, with lower cost of tech involved, we will see metaverse go extra mile into our lives, and it will allow us more than just to play, but to augment our real life with this new dimension. A good example of this, if I can quote, is, for example, Seoul municipality has announced that by 2030, all the city services will be available in metaverse, right? Now, with all these changes, billions of people, surrounding systems, connected through systems, everybody having huge processing power, technological advancements. Of course, all this brings forth few challenges also. Challenges like data security. Data is God today, right? So security around the system, securing your IP. New business models are coming up. There are cultural changes which are needed. As an industry, my industry, we are missing on skills. Process automation is impacting human interactions, right? Now we can call all of them challenges, but if you see, all of these are opportunities also. And of course, I am all excited and ready, and of course, skilled enough to convert these challenges into opportunity and be part of this exponential growth cycle ahead.
Absolutely excited about the opportunities and challenges, of course. What are some of the skills and traits that you have developed over the years that you believe have helped you become the leader you are today?
Skills and traits. Probably I'll talk about 6 skills that I think I have developed and are important also. Uh, First one being a constant learner. So starting in the industry as C developer to leading digital transformations and governing and leading cloud transformation, cloud migration for the customers. So that is something which could happen because I understood that keeping myself upskilled and upgraded is the most important thing. Second skill which I've learned, having managed big teams of close to 250 direct teams and matrix teams, close to 800,000. So second skill that I've developed is people management and the emotional intelligence that I'm able to bring in while dealing with people, bringing in my authentic self, consistency in what I say and what I do, and accepting mistakes. So all these I've learned over the years, working, dealing with the teams, taking care of my teams over the years. Third skill is to hire the right talent. And this I've learned over the years and sometimes the hard way also, that today I don't look for technical gods. I look for people with right attitude, with learning capability, because these are the people who create and deliver wonderful things, not technical gods that industry keeps running after. Fourth is stress management. As a leader, it is my responsibility to create a very calm, progressive environment for the people I work with. And if I'm not able to manage my own stress, I guess I will not create that kind of environment. So I have found my de-stressing activities like running and all. And I ensure that I look at triggers of stress in my team and take care of them right in time. Next would be probably mentoring. Mentoring is an important skill because it is very difficult to be a manager and a leader in this era. especially in this hybrid era. So mentoring is an important skill, and I love this one. And last one would be giving back. Giving back is a trait which I've realized that you can't just always keep expecting. Giving back to organization, giving back to society. So when I participate on top of my defined R&R, when I get involved in diversity and inclusion promoting activities or innovation activities, that is my way of giving back to organization. And of course, different ways of giving back to the society also. These would be the things I would talk about.
Wow, wonderful. From being a constant learner to giving back to the organization, to the society. Wonderful. Truly, these are the traits a leader is made of. Anju, as you are a protagonist for gender empowerment, inclusion, and diversity, how do you think that company boards and management should prepare their people strategy in the coming decade?
I will not undermine the KPI driven strategy, but having said that, I would still say that empowerment for diverse workforce will not just come from KPI driven strategy. It has to deal with mindset change, systematically driving out biases that we all carry to have a very inclusive environment. Change needs to happen from the very basic things to say, for example, the inclusive language that we use, or the kind of inclusive job descriptions that we create when we are sending out opportunities, to mentoring practices, promotion practices, hiring practices, to create mentorship programs. Organizations need to look at whether our programs and benefits, are they inclusive enough? Organizations also need to look at their social media activity. Do we see diversity there? Leaders need to be made accountable. Leaders should not just talk of diversity. They need to show it in their day-to-day working and in their immediate management. So bottom line is that you cannot just invite people to the party. Inviting people to the party is diversity, having diverse workforce. You have to dance together. And when you dance together, that is what inclusion is.
Wonderful. Dance together. Anju, according to you, how having an expert on information security and social media practices like you on company boards can benefit the decision making of the board?
In today's connected, digitally connected society and social media savvy society that we are working in, organizations are facing two big challenges. First one is securing their IP and securing their own and customers' data. Next is, looking at the frenzy we all have seen a small social media statement can cause, right from ruining careers of people to bringing down organizations. So the second big challenge that organizations are facing is keeping a tab and being very mature in their social media activity. So I have been leading security governance for one of the biggest customers of my organization. So I have knowledge, in addition to having knowledge of tools and practices, I have experience of preempting the threat, preempting such security threats and taking corrective actions right in time before they cause a damage to the organization or to our customers. Now, talking of social media tab, we need to have organizational do's and don'ts and checks and balances. Of course, without getting too much into suppressing the expression also, because there's a very thin line between monitoring it and governing it to suppressing it. So learning to tread that thin line.
Anju, we'd like to hear your thoughts as a corporate governance expert on how this knowledge will help you and others like you deal with board challenges in the future.
Corporate governance in today's world has become the most critical factor to ensure that along with profits, organizations take care of shareholders' needs, interests, create a diverse and inclusive work environment, and keep the sustainability factor in mind. And it has been very insightful for me to learn all these nuances of corporate governance. For me, in addition to my technical capabilities, which I have learned over last 2 decades of my IT industry experience, other additional things that I bring to the table is knowledge and passion and experience to create diverse workforce and create an inclusive environment. And second thing that I bring is my inclination towards innovation. There is as much you can do with technology and hard work, right? There's a limit to it. Today's market requirements need innovative solutions to bring effective and faster value realization for end users. And that is another thing that I bring to the table.
Anju, we have been building the Global Thought Leaders community for cross-pollination of knowledge and a community of independent directors for having a better corporate governance in the country. What are your thoughts about these initiatives?
I would say this is an amazing initiative wherein you are bringing a very diverse group of professionals with very in-depth knowledge of their areas together. And this diversity helps each of us learn a lot from each other. And I think banking on this diverse knowledge will surely help organizations to have much more ethical, transparent, well-governed and intelligent decision-making systems for growth of the organization, for benefit of shareholders. So this will help organizations to create all this perfect board composition, if I can say that, which will help everybody, right from the organizations to who work for profits. Of course, nobody works, most of them don't work for CSR, who work for profits to get profits. And in addition, taking care of interest of shareholders and also take care of this ESG thing, environment, social, governance, everything encapsulated together. And this will help organizations be more effective in their day-to-day operations.
Thank you for your feedback, Anju. Anju, it was actually wonderful learning from you everything about the way you have brought about the gender diversity, inclusion, and particularly about the personality traits, the way you have learned and the way you have actually done people management by being real you, by being there as you and handling situations which required emotional intelligence. And the way you've acquired the right talent, and you've always mentored the female counterpart to maintain the gender diversity. That was an excellent conversation with you, Anju. Your insights will, I am confident, inspire the next generation of leaders. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you for joining us today on Call with Global Thought Leaders. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks a lot, Arjuna. It was really nice talking to you. And it was a pleasure to be on this platform, to be part of this initiative by RSG, which is an amazing initiative for the industry and for all the boards going forward. So thanks for having me here.
Very inspiring and pleasurable having you. Thank you so much.